Big Sister Victoria. Victor is one of the few narrow-gauge engines to reside in Central Sodor. He runs the Steamworks, the place where all the engines visit when they need a new coat of paint, new parts, or much-needed repairs. When Victor first arrived on Sodor, he didn't know how to speak the language of the island, but he eventually learned and became part of the Steamworks crew. One morning, Victor was getting ready to start his day when Kevin the crane engine came racing in.
Boss! Boss!
Sleepers and ballast, Kevin. What's the matter?
Your sister's coming to Sodor.
Mi hermana, muy bien. Victor's sister, Victoria, lives on a faraway island. She is very different than Victor. She kept her green and yellow livery. She is a standard gauge engine and also a tender engine.
I'm so happy to be meeting your sister, Victor.
Victor was also very pleased, but then became a tad bit nervous. Victoria is a much stronger engine than me, and everyone likes her when they meet her. Perhaps Sir Topham Hatt wants to replace me. Victor's concerns were lessened later in the day when the engines of Sodor gathered at the steamworks waiting for Victoria's arrival.
I heard she is a standard gauge engine like us. I heard she has bright and cheap paper like myself.
I heard she has a tender, like any proper passenger train. Victor paid no attention to the comments of the other engines. He was too eager to see Victoria again.
Everyone, please welcome Victoria.
Hello, hola, buenas tardes, mis nuevos amigos.
Victoria, it's been so long, my sister. All of the engines were happy that Victor was so happy to see her. We are pleased to have you visit our island, Victoria.
The pleasure is all mine, Mr. Hatt.
Ah, sir is only necessary.
So, Victoria, what brings you to the island?
Well, I have always wanted to see my little brother in action at the steamworks. When I heard that a ship was coming that would take me to Sodor, I knew I had to take the opportunity.
Victor does a fantastic job running the steamworks. The diesels wish they could run their diesel works like Victor.
Well, I do have to wait a while to get a new coat of paint.
Gordon!
Victor felt disappointed that Gordon believed that, and now was a tad bit nervous. What if Sir Topham Hatt doesn't agree with the way I run the steamworks, and is replacing me with Victoria? Gordon, be nice. Anyway, Victoria, I would love for you to spend the most time possible with your brother. So for the remainder of your visit, you can stay here at the steamworks.
Thank you, sir.
The next day, Victor was up early and taking inventory.
What's next to inspect, boss?
Let's count how many steam whistles we have left in stock.
Victor, can I help?
Victor was not too sure he wanted his big sister to start helping him with tasks around the steamworks. He feared if she did them better than him, then she would replace him. No need, Victoria. Kevin and I got...
Sorry, boss.
Kevin, look what you've done. By dropping the last crate of whistles, they were all battered inside. They couldn't possibly be used on any engine now.
Victor, my whistle is not working again. I've come for a new one. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't see you had company. Not to worry. My name is Victoria. I'm Victor's older sister. I'm sorry to inform you, but Victor doesn't have any spare whistles at the moment.
Well,
That's too bad. Without a properly working whistle, I won't be able to work today. Oh, well, nice to meet you, Victoria. Sorry I barged in, Victor. Just wanted to help out.
You handled the situation very well, Victoria. Didn't she, boss?
Victor didn't want to admit it, but he knew Kevin was right. and now Sir Topham Hatt would find out that his last supply of whistles was now broken. Later that day, Toby was at the steamworks getting his cowcatchers mended.
Always great service here at the Steamworks. Thank you, Victor.
No problem, my friend. Splendid to hear that.
Mi hermano, is there nothing I can do to help you today?
There is no need, Victoria. Here, why don't you go and spend some time on the rails? There are so many sights on Sodor, like Ulster Castle, Nafford Station, Brundham Docks. Just then, a heavy gust of wind came through the steamworks, which caused one of the workmen to lose hold of his older form.
Oh, bustling buffers!
Don't worry, I'll catch it.
Victoria charged towards the piece of paper, but had to apply her brakes to avoid crashing into Henry.
Bubbly boilers!
Victor! Kevin! What is going on here? I'm so sorry, sir. Just trying to keep things in order. I heard that your last supply of steam whistles was damaged, and now Henry and I almost collided with your sister. Victoria felt a bit embarrassed. I will fix this. Don't worry, I will. I hope so.
I'm so sorry, Victor. If there's anything I can do.
Victoria, can you please leave? I have too much to do and can't have you here causing trouble.
Okay, Victor. I will.
Boss, don't you think you were a little too hard on Victoria?
Victor didn't want to admit it, but he knew that Victoria wasn't the one causing these mistakes. It was his own paranoia. Victoria was roaming the rails with nowhere to go. She wasn't familiar with Sodor and didn't know anyone she could ask for directions because she didn't know any destinations. She decided to stop at a level crossing.
My brother doesn't like my company anymore. I guess the best thing for me to do is to take the next ship back to our homeland.
Victoria went across, but then stopped in place. What is that? On the other side of the crossing was an engine with some boxcars.
Excuse me, do you need help?
Victoria, is that you?
Little Percy, what is the matter?
My steam valve is cracked and I can't move. And I have the shipment of whistles for Victor.
Oh, the whistles! Victor has been waiting for these whistles. Percy, I must help you. I must bring you to the steamworks.
Once Victoria left, the steamworks became very quiet. No engines had stopped by to see her or get repairs.
Boss, I miss Victoria.
Me too, Kevin. Me too. This is all my fault. If I wasn't so silly and thought Sir Topham Hatt was going to replace me, then I wouldn't have turned her away. I was jealous of all the attention she was getting, when I should have realized I got the same attention when I first arrived on Sodor. Stay here, Kevin. I will go look for her.
No need to.
Victoria!
The cavalcade of Victoria, Percy, and the boxcars entered the steamworks. Percy, what has happened to you, my friend?
My steam valve has cracked while on the way to deliver these whistles.
When I saw Percy in distress, I knew the best place to bring him was here, my brother's steamworks.
Well, thank you, Victoria, and I'm sorry for telling you to leave before. I was just nervous that Sir Topham Hatt wanted to replace me with you as manager of the steamworks.
Manager? No, my silly brother. I'm a passenger train, don't you remember? I know nothing about engine parts. That's your specialty.
Well, now I feel extra silly.
Don't say another word. You are the best at what you do. You're the pride of the railway.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Now, let's get Percy mended and these whistles put back in inventory. At the end of the day, Percy's steam valve was fixed, and the steamworks back in action.
Very good work, Victor. And to you both, Kevin and Victoria.
Thank you, sir.
I've had a great day with you, Victor, and meeting all of your friends was so much fun. I also did, Victoria. It's too bad you have to leave tomorrow morning. No need.
The engines were a bit confused.
But, Sir Topham Hatt, I must return to my home. Victoria, how would you like to join my railway?
Victoria was pleasantly surprised.
I don't know what to say.
Yes, say yes, say yes.
What do you think, Victor?
I would love for you to stay. It would be like old times once more.